Hello everyone. Today I would like to present you another video of mine. I will explain to you how to set up your crew and your medium tank. So let's get it first. Uh, your medium tank is for the most part damage dealer. They vary. Some are on a little on the heavier side, some are on a lighter side, meaning some can tank and some can actually be used for spotting. And let's go to modules. Once again, I'm doing this video because I spent lots of time and gold, as you can see, on training crews and stuff. And first four crews are the very important ones because you will have to take all the important skills without retraining, losing money, losing like gold money, right? Losing your time. And I'm here to save you the time. So for modules, standard kit, you go vertical stabilizer, rammer, ventilations. Sole exception are tanks, medium tanks with autoloader. There you will not have rammer, instead you will go gun lane drive. Where is it here? Yes, gun lane drive. Let's cover the orders quickly. Toolbox you won't need, your repairs are faster by itself and eventually you will get some trained, so it's not gonna be effective. You just wasted a spot and you need to make sure that you do like max out your damage potential. Full tank durability, you don't really need. You do get light up from time to time, but it's not like super crucial. I think only nations that actually needs something like this, and then you better train it in your crew. That's China. And once again, this is full tank durability, and oh, for China that's engine durability. Yeah, full tank durability. You will figure something out. You like every nation gets it damaged for the most part, anyways. And you simply don't have that room unless you are like you get all your skills like hot 6 or 7 and you're just not going to get them. Then maybe you will decide on swapping something in, but you're not taking the module. Coated optics, you can take it instead of improved ventilations if you plan to light up for your team to work as a light tank. But for that you have to make sure that your concealment is well close to 30, like 25 and up on during the movement, and your specific power is like at least 17 or up. If it's not so, you will not be effective scout, so don't even bother with coated optics and lighting up. Binoculars you don't need, that's for TDs for the most part, or passive scouting, which you are not going to be. The rammer we just, I mean it's essential, you take it. The spell liner you don't need, you're not going to be focused by by artillery often, and this is more for a heavy tank if they really want. Actually for super heavies for that matter it's better. Torsion bars are only good when you have to research your gun first and you don't have enough weight, and it forces you to research your suspension, not suspension, your trousers, yeah, trousers, I said. So instead of researching those first and you still want to go with the guns, and you use torsion bars, and it just helps you out to get all your modules first, important modules first, before you get your wheels pretty much. Ammo rack durability you're not taking because you're taking a perk on your loader. And camouflage net you simply don't need. This you will use for TDs, tank destroyers, and the SPGs. So let's get on to the crew now. The only exception, there's only exceptional tank will be Patton 48 American, because his camouflage, when you have everything in camouflage like trained and everything, it's only 18% during standing and something like below that when you move, which is pretty much a heavy tank camouflage, and I don't think you really need it, since you're not going to be effectively using it, except like getting to your spot to location. But that's all exception, and we are not going to really go deep into that. Better off to build him more like a heavy tank as a brawler, pretty much. I will cover first 4 skills that are more important. I will say the rest as well, up to like the most important, like for commander. Commander is very important here because you will need like 5. There's like 6 essential skills that you will need to take, and the last 2 are going to take long to train. So starting from the first skills that you want to train on commander, that's going to be Sixth Sense. Then you go with camouflage. Then you go with brothers in arms. After that, you go with situational awareness, and you go with recon. Those you want to take to make sure that you maximize your view range and you're not outspotted by certain light tanks and TDs, and you can actually do some, you can fight there when there are so many bushes. Only then you go repairs, and that becomes your 6th skill, and then firefighting is 7. Those are the most important. Mentor barely adds anything to training. If you get it first, by the time you reach your 3rd perk and you finish training 3rd perk, it will give your other teams like 5 more or 7 more % of experience overall. It's not worth using it and then retraining. Recon, I just said it's important. Jack of all trades, not important. For a heavy tank maybe, but since you are always having a medkit, you don't need it. Eagle Eye doesn't help you much, because you can pretty much tell all the time anyways which modules are damaged by how the tank is being operated by the enemy team. Radio operator. This one is important. Only situational awareness is important. The rest is like trash. Don't even bother with training it. What's important about radio operator? There are countries that, like Soviet Union, that you get radio operator is mixed with your commander. That's why it's going to be tougher to train. And there's UK, which gets a radio operator on loader, and that becomes easier, like less load on a commander, and you can do it with loader. That way it will be faster. I like training the skill. The other 3 are pretty much useless. You have enough range to signal to your lights to the tanks that you spot. There's enough signal to still transfer to your enemy team, to your team, so they can see it on the minimap. There's no reason to train those. Going to the gunner. First skill you train always is a snapshot. You want to make sure that your circle, your aim gets smaller whenever you shoot and whenever you turn your turret. Then you go with camouflage, concealment. Then you take brothers in arms. Then you take repairs. That's essential 4. Well, then you can take firefighting and dead eye like after. Why you don't take them first? Firefighting is quite obvious. However, medium tanks, they move quite fast. You are not always lit. Like, sometimes I go days and I am not even set on fire like once. So it's not important, and I'm not even using fire extinguishers there, just like you can see. And I don't have firefighting, so it's not a big deal for a medium tank. Dead eye is another that looks like important, but it adds only like 3% to make sure that you damage a module or a crew member when you shoot at the enemy. Therefore, it's not as important to be in the first 4. Armor and designated target, you get them like last. They're not really they don't affect your gameplay that much. Going to driver, another important team member, crew member. First of all, you go with off-road driving, always. It increases your acceleration speed, it increases your turning speed, like turning of your tank. Then you go concealment, then you go brothers in arms, then you go For a medium tank, you go smooth ride. You want to make sure that your shots have as least dispersion as possible when you shoot or during the movement, because quite often on a medium tank you will have to shoot before you fully aim. And that's 4. Then you go with repairs, firefighting, and clutch braking. Clutch braking is far behind, like it's not important really, because your turning traverse speed is already quite good, and with off-roading driving it solves the problem prematurely, so you can keep it to the last. The other 2 are not quite important, and repairs are more important than firefighting, just so you know, so you have to train them like 5th here. And now let's go to the loader. First thing you train, I would suggest you train safe stowage, just to make sure your rock doesn't get wrecked fast. Quite often it does happens like fast, and you are like out of the game instantly. And then you go camouflage. You can exchange them, but like you can do camouflage first, then stay safe stowage. Brothers in arms are always third. You want brothers in arms trained like. If you train them first or second, they are not going to give you that much advantage. The first skills that you train, they have to give you maximum advantage. The second, another maximum advantage. You have to knock off those skills quite fast. The third skill doesn't give you that much advantage, but still trained quite fast. That's why you take brothers in arms. It's the most advantageous thing. And the things every crew member has to have brothers in arms trained in order to for it to come to effect. You do it third while it's still fast to level. And for 4th one, you do repairs. Then you do firefighting, and then the other 2. So it doesn't matter. So, like I said, first 2 skills, they have to be like extremely. Like I made a special emphasis on what you want to train as a first skill, because it will give you maximum advantage and save you time. It will make your tank more pleasing to play, more operational in a battle. And so the second one, and then brothers in arms. Those 2 3 skills are the most important. I hope you like my guide. Have a good day.